Okay, so it's very interesting because I don't think this is a process that many writers or theatre companies would use to have two writers on a show. And we didn't actually sit in the same room together. So what Emma did was she commissioned voices from Carl and I. So from Carl, she said, Carl, I want you to write the voice of the court and mostly the men. And Anna, I would like you to write the voice of the unloved and the broken-hearted. So Carl on Tristan and Yseult mostly wrote King Mark and Frosin, and I mostly wrote the Love Spotters, Tristan and Yseult, White Hands and Tristan, although sometimes we overlapped. And what we did is we produced a series of poems and monologues and then came together in the rehearsal space with these monologues, and then eventually we put them into some kind of order and structure. So it's a very unusual way of commissioning, but brilliant, because you have these two distinct voices, like an emotional voice and the court's voice, who were holding on to their emotions. So very interesting, and it seemed to work. So when writing for Tristan and Yseult, after Carl and I had produced these kind of monologues and poems, we were in the rehearsal space, and sometimes with the Kneehigh devising process, as the writer, you have to be sneaky. Sometimes you have to secretly feed the words to the actor when the director isn't looking, and then they play with them, and then it comes to life. And so Carl and I would secretly be giving writers and words. Sometimes you'd give them straight to Emma, and she would then play with them with the actors, and then Carl and I would go to a dark room in the barn somewhere and chop them up and place them in what then became a script, which, as many people will know, ever changes until the first night and beyond. At the time of the first incarnation of Tristan and Yseult, there was the whole scandal in the corridors of power. So there was the whole Monica Lewinsky thing. So there's a passage that I wrote that White Hand says about love potions, which you wouldn't need to know that Clinton and how power corrupts. You wouldn't need to know about it, but it's there in the poem that I've written. Love potions, there are many. Sweet wines that promise love where love is not. The scent of money, the promise of a throne, to lie in a king's bed. Well, not exactly love potions, but the thought of them can sweeten a sour kiss, smooth a rough hand, firm a soft belly. And that old seducer power, hurried love in corridors, unsuitable words to make a nation gasp. But in my experience, a love potion is just an excuse for wild abandonment with one you love already.